Hello people of the earth, I'm Daniel Rodriguez. Welcome to my Legends of Tomorrow Season 2, Episode 2 spoiler review. Make sure you have seen the episode. It should take me about 2 minutes to recap it, then give you the pros, cons, and final score. Thanks so much for joining me. So we begin this week's episode with our legends meeting the JSA, the Justice Society of America. And they fight them, but they end up losing. You can see that the JSA obviously work as a team. Plus they're a little bit more powerful because they actually have, well, most of them actually have powers. You know, you have an assassin, you have a scientist who made a suit against, you know, an actual, you know, Stargirl and Captain Midnight or Captain Seal, you know, people like that. Now, Rex doesn't know them. Rex is the one that warned them at the end of Season 1, I'm Rex Tyler from the JSA, you know, Justice Society of America, and he doesn't even know who they are. So the guy who warned them about 1942 doesn't even know them. So Haywood's grandpa, this Captain Steele is Haywood's great-great-grandpa, which Haywood is the guy who is the historian part of Season 2, the new guy from last episode. Now, his great-grandpa is a douche, and the JSA are going to die. So the Legends, our group, ends up going back to 1942 to help them and to save them. So they go into this Nazi bar, and this is where Dr. Stein ends up singing, which I don't know if that was Victor Garber really singing. If it was, I don't know if they auto-tuned it or really, you know, some way he recorded it and they did it that way. He's not a horrible singer. He's actually a guy got that beat down, you know. So Stein ends up singing. Ray punches a Nazi for not saluting the Heil Hitler. I didn't pay that. How do you even say Heil? I think it's something like that. I didn't pay attention in history, but something like that. Stargirl ends up knocking everybody out, and they're going after Krieger. This Captain Krieger is a Nazi general. Now they go and he ends up. Krieger actually has this formula, and he turns into this superhuman, or as I like to call it, he turns into the Hulk. And mind you, the CGI for Legends of Tomorrow is good, but the CGI for Krieger was bad, but not bad as in like this is crap. It was bad. It was so bad that it was good. It's just totally, and he looks so horrible, but so good, cool at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, it's so bad, but it's so good at the same time. And I just had that sort of feeling there. So Ray and Vixen, also young Vixen as part of the JSA. This is the great-grandma of Vixen from the modern day that we saw in Arrow. Now, Ray and Vixen end up getting caught. Seal gets the amulet that he's looking for. Stein has a headache, and the JSA presume that Stein is the captain of the Legends team, but he's actually not. Which, again, they thought he was, so he took part as the captain, but once he started getting headaches and he just couldn't take the pressure, he doesn't know how Rip Hunter could do it, he ended up giving it to Sarah Lance. He says, you're the captain now. Look at me. I'm the captain now. So she's the captain. Steele is nicer to Haywood because, he's he's excused and everything. He's at least there now for his young or grandnephew, son, grandson, great-grandson. So they end up rescuing Ray and Vixen. Haywood saves Steele, and they end up getting bombed. Haywood is literally on his last straws. He's going to die, but Steele, or one of the other men, get a serum. I think it was Ray who made the serum, which is the same person, Krieger serum that made him turn into a superhuman that he got from the Reverse Flash. Ray ended up using it on Haywood, and the serum in him, and now he's going to have powers. So I was wondering the whole time, how is he going to get his powers? Because he's supposed to be the modern day Steel or whatever. Well, they just answered it right there. He got his powers from that, and that's pretty clever. Now, at the end, Reverse Flash kills Rex Tyler, which I honestly don't know how to respond to this action at the end. Reverse Flash, I'm very excited that we get to see more of him, and not even in The Flash, in another TV show, which is really cool. But then it's like Rex Tyler, it's like, oh, he died. So it's kind of like Reverse Flash, he died. And Rex Tyler died. Oh, so I don't hate the ending. I just don't know how to really respond to it. It's like, yeah, oh shit, damn it, there goes Rex Tyler, right? Our man, see ya. So anyway, on to the pros and cons. Stein singing in the Nazi bar. Why wouldn't that make it onto the pros, man? I absolutely enjoyed this scene, especially when the Nazi guy that was like, you're Lorenzo this, you're Lorenzo, you go on the stage right now. He's like, oh, my windpipes, I just can't do it. You'll do it now, or else we shoot. or stuff, something like that. He goes up on stage, he ends up singing, and it just totally shocks everyone. Like, it's kind of a cliched thing, like, oh, you don't know I could do this, but I end up singing like I totally improvised it. It may have been the thing that understand languages, maybe, you would think, or else it could actually be Stein knowing how to sing. He did that Back to the Future thing too, like, just follow along, keep up, you know, just that sort of Back to the Future nod right there. Anyway, the German Nazi ended up crying and everything. So again, cliched thing, it's been done before in other shows or movies where they sing and, you know, stuff like that. But it all works out, dude. Stein's pretty badass, especially the headache stuff I wasn't a big fan of. I know it was to put Lance as the captain. I'm not taking any points off of that. But the most enjoyable scene for me of Stein was just him singing in the Nazi club. Now, a few weeks ago when the CW released photos of the Justice Society of America, and it had Stargirl, it had Captain Steel, it had all of the JSA in a photo, and a lot of people, it wasn't like totally negative, but it was kind of like, this is it, these are the costumes, it looks like cosplay. And actually seeing it in movement and them actually in the show, not at all. I love the costumes, and it's 1942 and their thing, so you gotta imagine, you know, I just, again, Stargirl is probably my favorite JSA member, and I haven't read the comics, but I'm saying just from what I saw in this episode, I want to see more of her, and again, I like Vixen a lot, so her, the guy with the goggles, he had a power, but I'm not, and I'm not saying it just, again, because people will bring it up, like, he's black, so he will die one day or anything. Like, the blacks are always first to die. No, nothing like that. But I'm saying, why is he there? Just get him out of there. He didn't seem fun. Captain, we do this, Captain. Like, he didn't sound very fun. He's just kind of there, like, yes, we do that. You know, I just, like, nah, get him out of there. And then the other guy that turned Captain Midnight or Midnight something, that was cool that he could turn it to nighttime. But other than that, some of them I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you here? Can we just have, like, we didn't even get to see Rex Tyler do anything. It's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, parts of the JSA, and it was really cool meeting them, and I'm hoping that they're going to be part of the whole season 2. I'm really hoping that this ain't a one and done thing, like, that's it, JSA. I'm hoping that we're going to see them multiple times throughout season 2. Now, I did enjoy the action in season 1 of Legends of Tomorrow. My favorite CW show that has amazing choreography in the action is Arrow. But with this action, like last week, I was like, the action was okay, you know, and it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't really good either last week. And this week's action was more fun, kind of, you know, this show is kind of at points like you would have been shot there, you would have been killed, there's no way you could have survived that. Like, the action was pretty entertaining, I guess you could say, when Haywood ends up saving his great-grandpa and they're riding the bike, and then the Hulk is after them, behind them, and again, the effects, the CGI and the practical is always good, the practical effects are always fine, but the CGI is fine as well, always good too, but with the Hulk, again, it's so bad that it was good, and it was really, because it was like, how much, like, he's rubber, he could just run his arms like that, like, so CGI-ish, man. I thought that was pretty funny, and I was like, why don't we have more of this? Why don't we have more of this stuff here, man? I want to see Damien Dark go Super Hulk and everything. Imagine that. That'd be interesting, I think. Anyway, the only thing that's stupid, like, they got bombed, and like none of them are blown up. They would have been blown up. You got bombed. Maybe not right exactly on you, but you were in a blast radius. If I was in that blast radius, I probably would have been dead. Where are the shrapnels? Where are the shards that went into you? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some of the acting, and I understand it's a TV show. I know, real, fake, all that sort of stuff. Come on, some of the action scenes just don't have the consequences that really they should put in there, you know? Also, the way Haywood got his powers, like when I mentioned it near the end, he ended up getting his powers by Ray giving him the blue serum, which ended up turning, you know, he's going to turn like into actual steel next week. That's his power, so he's actually going to have powers now. And again, I was remembering when Haywood went on the show last week, I saw a bunch of videos and they were like, he's Captain Steel today, like he's the modern day Captain Steel. And I'm like, well, if he doesn't have powers, is he hiding them? Does he actually have powers? Because when he was talking to his great-grandpa, he was kind of hinting, like, they were like, why don't you have bruises? Why don't you have this? And I'm like, does he secretly have powers and he's holding out on them? And then when he got the blue serum, I was like, oh, okay, like, now he's going to have the powers. But it was a cool twist on how, like, oh, I forgot Ray had the blue serum. He was making it to save the life, and it all made sense. I wasn't using my brain. I don't think many people actually saw that coming, that he had blue serum and he was going to save him. So I don't think anyone expected Haywood to die. I'm just saying he had the whole blue serum and the twist of it, and then him going to be a superhero now. Now he's going to totally be part of the Legends of Tomorrow team. So again, I hope JSA actually joins Legends of Tomorrow and they actually become a huge-ass team. I would love that. I don't know why they have to stay in 1942 when they could always move around and go kick more ass, but I guess it ruined the time stream just a tidbit. As always, not every TV show is perfect. There are some problems like this, and it may make sense, it may not, but when Stargirl was at the Nazi club, she knocked out everyone with her staff. When they were fighting people and she got knocked out by the big Hulk, maybe she couldn't knock out the Hulk. But why didn't she just knock out everybody on the field right there of the bad guys? Well, why didn't she just do that? I like Stargirl, she's beautiful, but what is her powers anyway? Matter of fact, all of the JSA, what are their powers? Like, sure, they demonstrated their powers at the beginning of the episode, but they never went to like, this is Stargirl. Like, they said their names, but they never really detailed what they are. They're still like flat characters. You never really gave them full life yet. Like I said earlier, some of the action scenes were very entertaining, but then there were some of those other action scenes that were just kind of meh, cheesy, just like the Nazi bar scene, and then Ray hits the captain, and then all of them go into a fight, like just stuff like that where it's like almost just cheesy fighting, entertaining fighting, and then there's just really cheesy fighting. As well, again, like I mentioned earlier, Reverse Flash being in the show, freaking awesome. I love the Reverse Flash a lot from The Flash, and I'm glad he actually, this actor, because Tom Cavanaugh, of course, was playing Eobard Thawne in season 1, like, but this is the real Eobard Thawne, this is, we get to see more of him, which is great. I'm all for it. But then Rex Tyler dies, and at least we could have seen him use his powers once. Maybe he did use his powers, but didn't impact me any. I didn't see anything. Like, I really wish he would have actually done something more, He could have, he never, like, he didn't impact the show anyway. It's kind of like, he died, whoa, At least we could have seen him do something, contribute to the show a little bit, but he didn't. I think give it a little bit to the writers like that, like, come on, you were a little lazy. You could have, like, Rex Tyler comes out at the end of season 1, JSA, and then like, nope, dead, episode 2, none of that. Anyway, I enjoyed this episode way more than last week's premiere. Don't get me wrong, the season 2 premiere wasn't bad, but Supergirl had a better premiere than that. Hell, The Flash had a better premiere than that, and Arrow had a better premiere than what Legends of Tomorrow had. Now, it was okay premiere last week. Wasn't really good, or wasn't really great, but this episode, on the contraire, was really good. Very entertaining. Again, I think the action scenes towards the end were way better. Just seeing the JSA, even though some of them didn't, I wish that they get more screen time in the future. At least we got introduced to some new powers, and Vixen and Ray were kind of having this little moments every now and then. And, she's from 1942, he's from 2016, so she doesn't really understand the way that Ray is referencing stuff, and it's cool to see those little interactions there. When will we get those interactions again? I have no idea. Hopefully we get them more, and later on this season. Thanks for watching, everyone. So I'm going to give Legends of Tomorrow Season 2, Episode 2, a B+. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed, make sure to smack the like button, comment down below, tell me what you guys thought about the episode. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And who is your favorite member of the JSA and why? Thanks again. Share this video with your friends. Hit the subscribe button for more awesome Legends of Tomorrow reviews every single week, as well as other CW shows and many other shows that are not related to CW. As well, The Walking Dead is back. I do reactions to that as well. Episode reactions, live reactions, and American Horror Story Roanoke reviews and live reactions as well. Check out the channel. Enjoy yourself. I'll see you guys next week. Till then, bye-bye.